we're going to do this again. And again, depending on the timing of when these slates end and, my other stuff that I have going on, I'd love to do this most League of Legends slates. Just, again, you can't do a live sweat for the whole thing, but at least just for the last game of the last match, we'll take a look at the lobbies and maybe learn a little something about what it took to get it done today, if it's in fact already over, and what is still required to get it done if it's not over. Okay. So again, this is work in progress, and hopefully eventually we'll have guests on and we'll have a better live sweat, maybe with some casting or whatever. But for now, let's just take a look at we'll take a look at the lobbies, because it doesn't look like there's a lot to sweat right now. So we'll take a look. We'll take a look at, again, both the Shock Blast and the Triumphant Warrior, the 333. Let's actually get that up here. And again, we're just about to start the last game of the day between BLG and Ninja in Pajamas. It's not really consequential. It's not very consequential, but we'll take a look at it. So let's take a look at the Triumphant Warrior first. And this one was kind of over pretty early. Our same guy from yesterday, by the way, just took it down again today. And it required actually the 4-man Thunder Talk and then the 3-man Fear X. Now, this was not what was needed to get it done in the Shock Blast. And we'll get to that in a minute. But very, very standard, Thunder Talk and OMG. I think most good players were taking one of those two. And Thunder Talk came in as pretty heavy chalk, and they smashed. So that paired with the Fear X was plenty to get it done. My particular lineup, I did not do that. I went with Top Esports, who underperformed today as a 4-man. So that's why I didn't win. And very lucky that I have a chance to actually cash, although I don't think that's going to happen either, because it looks as though Josh Blond is going to catch all of us. Anyway, let's take a look at this other one that just might happen to be live. I don't know. I doubt it, but let's see. AFAM. I mean, he's got a 4-man BLG going, but it's just definitely not going to be enough. I mean, he had OMG for openers. So in the Triumphant Warrior, it's pretty well decided, and you needed a Thunder Talk 4-man with the 3-man of Fear X. Now, in the Shock Blast, it's a little different. I mean, it's a lot different. So in the Shock Blast, we have our old friend M. Bellman dominating the board. Him and Rubio Dimes, another good friend. Well, not friend of mine, but very, very good DFS player overall. And these guys latched on to that T1, I believe. Let's take a look. First of all, hold on. It seems to be, yeah. So these guys latched onto that T1 stack, which is very, very low owned. And this is what won the Shock Blast. Now, again, there's lineups left to go, but this is, this is kind of domination here. And Bellman just took down pretty much the whole lobby. He tied for first and third, solo, fourth solo, just basically all of these T1 stacks with Thunder Talk. And that's the way he plays. He takes very, very big stands, and when they come in, he takes the whole slate down, pretty much. And today was a good example. Rubio Dimes followed along with this T1 Thunder Talk thing, and you see the same guys pretty much in all parts of this. So that's what you needed in the Shock Blast. Now, nobody played T1 in the Triumphant Warrior, so it didn't make too much of a difference. Let's take a look and make sure that nobody's alive here. I doubt it. Okay. I mean, you need to get 672 points, and the fact is that this BLG game really hasn't delivered. So unless Bin and L can each get like 55 points this game, which is not going to happen, it looks as though the slate is pretty much over. So let's take a look. Hey, look, NB Habs has a 4-man left, and that's not going to be enough either because that was with AL, so that's not going to work either. Okay, let's take a quick look at this last situation here. This is, again, normally we'd probably have like a live sweat where this last game we kind of go through it, but turns out that this is, this slate is completely over. Now, again, in the future, hopefully there'll be more kind of dynamic things that we can root for. But in certain situations, this slate has just been decided by the time I log on here. So good for M. Bellman, good for Rubio Dimes, bad for Eric. And again, as often as I can do this, I will do this. Let's take a look, by the way, at the lobbies. Let me see if when the next slate is. Nothing is up there yet, but I think the LEC playoffs are coming up this weekend, I think. So we'll take a look for that. And yeah, I guess that's about it. Any questions in here? Let's just see. Where is it? Yeah, so we didn't get any questions here. Thanks for Depot for popping in. But that's pretty much going to do it for this one. We'll have, again, future slates, it'll be a little better. Like yesterday's was really, really good. And we'll start to get guests on, and I'm just kind of getting used to this. All right, that'll do it.